Hey folks, it's Tom and Frugal Prepper. So I'm going over here to take a look at a car I just bought. It's a Buick Lucerne, an 06, 150,000 miles on it. Transmission's been rebuilt. Transmission has a small leak somewhere. I don't know. We'll have to look at that. But I bought this car for $400. They sold it yesterday for $900, which is really cheap for that car. Probably should be around $2,000 would be the selling price. But the people drove it for like a block or two and it died and wouldn't restart. They pushed it to a gas station. They tried putting a evap purge solenoid on it, which wouldn't cause it not to start, but I guess the computer had a code for that, so they tried that. I got it to start yesterday, just barely, but it started, and it sounds like it's running on about 2 or 4 cylinders. It's barely running. So we've got a bad ignition control module or coil pack most likely, and I keep plenty of extras of those on hand from the junkyard, because I run into a lot of people that are stranded on the side of the road with that particular problem. So we'll go over here and see if we can get her to start again, and then we'll just do the test light spark test and see if we're getting spark. And if we're not getting spark on one of those ignition coil packs, we'll replace that. And if it still doesn't get spark, then we'll put a new ignition control module on it and see if we can get her running on all 6 cylinders. And then we'll be ready to drive it home. I got the title. I had to do a duplicate title because the other people had already had it notarized into their name and they gave them their money back. So they got a duplicate title today. I got that notarized over to me. I got me a temp tag, and I'm going to get it. I'm not sure if I'm going to sell this car, or most likely I'm going to keep it and I'm going to sell the Pontiac. As much as work as I put into this car, and as good as it now works, I mean, it runs and drives perfect. We took it on a 4-hour trip, well, really 8-hour round trip the other day. We've taken it to Kings Island several times, and it just runs perfect and has absolutely no issues, other than it's got a bad catalytic converter, which I have a new one, I just haven't put it on. But other than that, it's just been reliable. It's just uncomfortable for me. I just never have really liked driving this car, and I would think I would rather have a Buick Lucerne. I'd rather have a little more power of the 3.8 than this little 4-banger. I mean, this is a good car. It'll be good for somebody, for a grocery getter, and I'll sell it and it can go on to a new life with somebody new, and I'll drive the Buick Lucerne, I think. It's kind of hard getting rid of a car that you've rebuilt the engine on and done all that work to, but you know, I do these projects just to see if I could do them. You know, I never expected to get my money back out of it. It cost me way more than this car would ever be worth to rebuild the motor, but it was something fun to do on my channel. And you know, maybe I'll have another project one of these days that I'll do, but we'll just see. We'll see. I'll get this car ready and drive it for a few days, see how it does, see how I like it, and we'll go from there. So I'll be back when we get over here to the car. Running on another coil pack. I had these 2 bottom coil packs both dead, so I'm going to try to do this one-handed with my phone. And that one's dead, and then we're going to try this one. If you can see this, and that one's also dead. So these 2 bottom coil packs here are both dead. Anyway, this is the car. It's a Buick Lucerne. Pretty clean, it has nice tires, it looks good all the way around, it's not been hit or anything. It's a pretty clean inside too. It's a pretty decent car. Alright, I swapped out 3 coil packs and it still wasn't running. No spark on the 2 bottom cylinders, so I swapped the ignition control module. Now we're going to go give it a start and try it out. Okay, there we go. Oh, almost. I'm done. Oh, there it goes. Alright, she runs. She loaded up with fuel though. You can smell it in the exhaust from all the missing. Alright, so I just got to put my tag on here and then go get my wife so she can bring me back over here and follow me home with it. Alright, so it runs at a bad ignition control module. A lot of times what happens is those coil packs start drawing too much current and they blow those ignition control modules. So I just replaced all 3 coil packs. Well, actually I replaced 2 of them. One was the original because when I discarded it wasn't bad. I swapped it over. So I'll go through it a little bit closer here later on and see if any of those coil packs are drawing too much current. I can do that with the oscilloscope and current clamp and see what's going on there. But for right now, it's got an ignition module and it's got spark. And so I'm on my way over to my friend's house. He's going to give me a ride back over here and pick this sucker up and follow me home and then give me a ride back to this car. So it'll all work. I told those people at the gas station that I have that out of there by today because it's been sitting there a few days. So they sold it like on Sunday, I think, or Saturday or Sunday, and he didn't want to pay to have it towed and fixed and didn't know what to do with it. And it would have been, to go to a shop and get that ignition control module replaced, I'm sure it would have been, $250. You don't want to put any more money in the car. I happen to be a mechanic. I happen to know how to troubleshoot it, and I happen to have spares from the junkyard in my trunk. So, it works out for both of us. He got more than he would have to scrap the car, and I got a really good deal on the car. So I'm happy with it. Anyway, that's what you got to do. Like when the deals come up, you got to take advantage of them, I guess. I'll talk to y'all later. It's Tom from Frugal Prepper.